Okay, welcome to your Spanish class this semester. My name is Professor Jeff Longwell. I'm the coordinator for all of the Spanish courses, 111, 112, 211, and 212, and I just wanted to prepare this video for those of you taking Spanish in our on-campus courses to go over our syllabus. You will have gone over this with your instructor as well, but these are some additional notes that might help you if you need to come back and review. We encourage you to look on the home page in your Canvas course where you'll find the current edition of the text that you'll be using for this class and different ways to purchase that either through the bookstore on campus, other bookstores, or online. Since our on-campus courses rely on an attendance policy, I'd encourage you to read over that attendance policy word for word. Again, you covered this with your instructor in class, but just remember that you are allowed 3 free absences, as it says here. Any other absences after that will incur a 10-point penalty from the attendance portion of the grade. If you have 10 or more absences, then you will receive an automatic F in the course. When you think about it, since we have class typically 2 times a week, if you're missing 10 classes, that's 5 weeks of class in a semester. So that's where we stand with that, because we always encourage attendance, since that's the best way to practice and learn Spanish since you've selected taking classes on campus. Our learning objectives are here. They're based on what we call the 3 C's: communication, cultures, connections, comparisons, and communities. We want you to learn Spanish. Everybody wants to learn how to speak Spanish, but there's other parts to Spanish as well, and we involve a big part of the culture in that. With that in mind, just a review of the grading system as well. This again was presented by your instructor in class, but we'll review it here again. We'll have 5 chapter tests. Those tests may be either in my Spanish lab or some other electronic format, maybe in Canvas, or they may be in class. So those will be announced in your class according to your instructor's directions. We will have different numbers of and types of oral presentations. Those are typically done in class, and again, your instructor will provide more information on each of those. Currently, you'll see that the chapter exams are worth 20 points, and then our My Spanish Lab sections are worth 30 points, so you can kind of see where we put our emphasis. Our preference is that you practice on a day-to-day basis in the My Spanish Lab activities that are assigned, and those can be done at any time. The due dates, up until the due dates for each of the chapters, and our recommendation is always to do a little bit each day, un poco todos los días. For those of you who may not have purchased My Spanish Lab or wish to have a different type of practice, the only other option that is available for that at this time is to attend our conversation lab in Breland Hall, room 170B, where you can complete additional conversation logs. Each conversation log is worth 5 points, and that's for spending 30 minutes in the conversation lab practicing Spanish. So if you want to replace a full chapter of My Spanish Lab exercises, you would need to do 6 of the conversation logs, which would equate to approximately 3 hours of practice in the conversation lab. So again, that's your choice, and you need to let your instructor know if you choose to not participate in the My Spanish Lab activities, in which case they will be expecting those conversation logs. additional conversation logs. We will do diarios. Those are written exercises, and again, you'll receive individual instructions from your professor or your instructor on those. So those will be coming in the calendar. The community section is an important part of the grade. You'll see there that there are 50 attendance points. Those are based on the attendance policy that you've already covered. Online participation, which includes participating in any My Spanish Lab activities or additional online activities that your instructor may prepare. And then in-class participation is also worth 50 points. That's coming to class prepared and participating actively in class. Since this is a language class, you are expected to speak and practice with your fellow classmates. Obviously, if you are not in class, you won't be able to earn those participation points, so attendance affects this section as well. For the Spanish conversation logs, you're expected to do 6 of those throughout the semester, 2 each month. And those can be done in the Spanish lab in Breland Hall, room 170B, or with friends and family members or colleagues who might speak Spanish. There are more instructions on the home page in your Canvas course that explain what it is, and there are copies of the conversation log that you can download in there. For the conversation logs with your instructor, you'll be expected to complete 3 of those logs, and those are 5 points each. Your instructor will have sign-up sheets in class or online to complete those. Those are typically done 1 each month during the semester. Additionally, at this time we have a couple of quizzes that will also show up in Canvas. Those are over the course objectives and then how you are progressing throughout the semester. One of the best parts of the syllabus is we like to adapt to individual learning styles and things you're interested in learning. And so the third section of our syllabus is what we call the 3 C's. I call it the I don't want to take the final exam portion of the syllabus. You'll see that there are 2 options. One is you can take the final exam, which is worth 100 points, or option 2 is to complete different activities that will be announced in class throughout the semester. And you can accumulate the same 100 points by attending movie activities or cultural activities or participating in other additional in-class activities that your instructor will announce. All of these activities need prior approval of your instructor. As the syllabus says, you can also attend the Spanish lab, the Spanish Conversation Lab at NMSU in Breland Hall 170B and earn extra points there for this option above and beyond the regular conversation logs. We really encourage this because it allows you to explore your interests in the language, and you get out and about in the community. So ask your instructor a lot of questions with those. As the final line says, it's a maximum of 100 points for that. Okay. Our grading system is as indicated by the university. We do use the plus and minus system, and the percentages are broken down there based on the points earned and the experience gained in class. The course calendar is printed on the handout that you received in class. It's also available on Canvas. It's a tentative calendar because any changes or announcements, additions to that will be announced both in class and on Canvas, and typically your instructor will send you an email on those things. Okay. There is always additional information in your Canvas course. Please visit that frequently. Click on all the links that are on the home page because you'll be able to find out more information about other policies. Okay, don't forget to ask questions as you go so that you understand everything that's here. Okay, muchas gracias. Buena suerte.